The widely held belief that house rents are increasingly eating into household savings is now backed by government data. The latest Household Consumption Expenditure Survey 2022-23 has revealed that the average person living in an Indian city is allocating more of their budget to paying rent than what people used to about 10 or even 20 years ago. The survey shows the share of rent in the monthly per capita consumption expenditure, or MPCE, for urban India rose to 6.56%. This was the highest it has been in similar surveys going back to at least 1999-2000. It was 4.46% at the turn of the millennium. Rents in rural India have also seen a rise, but not as much when compared with those in the cities. Rent in rural India accounts for 0.76% of average consumer spending, which is around a tenth of the budget share seen in urban India. The share of rent in rural India was 0.45% in 2011-12. According to real estate platform Magic Bricks flagship rental update, rents across 13 major cities in India grew a robust 17.4% year-on-year in the December quarter last year. Of the 13 cities, Gurugram took the lead with a 31.3% year-on-year rent rise, followed by Greater Noida at 30.4% and Bengaluru at 23.1%. So, what's the reason behind skyrocketing rents in Indian metros?
Primary driver behind surging rental rates in major Indian cities today is a severe supply to demand mismatch. And urban migration has exploded. So, with millions of Indians flocking to metros for education and employment opportunities on a yearly basis, the residential construction has not been able to keep up with this kind of strong housing demand. And land constraints in cities has also hampered this growth. So, compounding things, smaller household sizes and increasing rental yields have led to more investors to purchase homes for leasing, and thus removing this inventory from the market, which has resulted in the upward pressure on rents.
However, Abhishek Bhadra, head of research at Magic Bricks, recently told a leading financial daily that between October and December last year, they observed a cyclical dip in the rental demand, but they anticipate a rebound in the short to medium term, underscoring the dynamism of the rental market. The Magic Bricks report found that the rental demand increased modestly by 1.6% year-on-year. Greater Noida, Ahmedabad, and Chennai observed the highest growth in rental demand as compared to the previous year. Rental supply, on the other hand, reduced considerably by 16.9% year-on-year, with outliers like Noida seeing 19.6%, Hyderabad 3.2%, and Greater Noida seeing a 2.7% increase in rental supply. One might wonder if buying a property is the way out, but a separate Magic Bricks survey on property prices found that property prices across 13 major cities in India soared 18.8% year-on-year and 3.97% sequentially in October-December last year, with cities such as Gurugram, Greater Noida, Noida, and Hyderabad observing the highest increase during this period. The report also noted that demand for residential property increased 2% annually. However, it decreased 16.9% on a quarter-on-quarter basis due to concerns regarding rising property prices. Then, what could be the possible solutions to ensure more affordable housing?
Unfortunately, in the mid to short term, you can't do much. In the long term, however, a lot of things can be done. A few the government is already doing. But unless and until the government brings in large corporates, etc., to occupy or to take up the rental housing as a challenge, till that is not done, the problem will persist for a longer time. So the long-term solution has got to be making rental housing more of a large-scale business for the funds, for the REITs, etc., to also get involved in.
To take measures like releasing government land at affordable rates for low-cost projects, single window fast tracking of permits, lowering GST rates for raw materials, extending affordable home loan units limits, partnering with microfinance institutions, and encouraging rental housing models can surely be some of the solutions. Cities must also but improve infrastructure planning while developers adopt these new techniques like prefabrication to enhance productivity, quality, and speed.
The government focused on the need for affordable housing for the middle income group in this year's interim budget. It proposed to launch a scheme to help deserving people in this income group living in rented houses, chawls, slums, and unauthorized colonies to buy or build their own houses. So, will the government's initiative for affordable housing announced in the interim budget help?
Rental housing problem is not associated only with affordable housing. We are feeling the pinch, even in mid to upper end of the housing as well. The interventions that the government is talking about for affordable housing will obviously have a huge improvement in availability of supply in that category. But that in itself also will take at least a couple of years to materialize. So in the interim, mid to short end, we will continue to face the problem of lack of availability of rental housing.
Experts believe that the skyrocketing rental problem is here to stay, at least in the short to mid-term. The current housing supply is unable to keep up with the booming demand due to an expanding urban mobility. And NCR is topping the list with rents shooting through the roof. Although the government's initiative for middle-income people will help to curb the problem to some extent, large investment in the rental house sector is key to keep the rents in check.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
He's making plans for an early retirement. Business Standard.